This is going to be the second of those big challenge runs that I promised, where we will play as Austria, complete the mission tree, and conquer the world. This is going to be my first world conquest attempt ever, as we do Austria. AEIOU, complete the Austrian mission tree. And that means we can't form Germany or the HRE until that mission tree is completed. After that, one faith. All provinces in the world are one religion. Then world conqueror. Own the entire world. After that, holiest Roman Empire, which is going to be one of those smaller, easier ones that we're going to get anyway. Make the papal state an elector while you are the emperor. And considering we will have an event to make the papal state in the HRE and we can inherit Bohemia, it should be easy. Then, a twixt legacy. Have 10 personal unions at the same time. And to my knowledge, we get a PU on Hungary, Bohemia, Poland, Spain probably. We could probably cheese other personal unions in here. Burgundy is an easy one. Like that. Poland, I think, is another one. And then by extension, we get one over Lithuania. And then in the Lithuanian mission tree, they get one over Muscovy. So I don't know how that works, if we can do that, but there's going to be lots of PU. You can get that. And then Ostenders, which is probably going to be the most annoying one. Own a province in West Bengal with district trade company investment and military administration trade company investment. Whatever that means. But we're going to own the entire world, so that's going to be pretty easy to do. Let's just jump right in as Austria. I'm just going to make it, like, not a day one, but let's do, I don't want to rival the Teutons. Rival Bohemia, Lithuania, sure, and Venice. Because we go to war with Venice sooner rather than later, you know what I'm talking about. Some of the diet, see some Crownland, let's, yeah, sure. Number of allies, 2, perfect. +1 mana privilege, and then there is religious diplomats. Clerical education, +1. Grant court positions, +1. Patronage of the arts, indebted to the burghers. And then economic freedom. Now, day 1, alliance with Castile, alliance with Burgundy, alliance with Hungary, alliance with the Palatinate, alliance with you. Palatinate sends us a marriage request, cool. Cologne will get an alliance with you just for the temporary boost. And then Trier, same thing with you, just the temporary boost. And then relations actions. I forgot to start building boats too. And then you over here need a leader, sure. And then let's also get a Diplo rep, discipline, and a national unrest. We wasted a little bit of money because we didn't have the cheaper advisors just yet. It's okay. It's just a couple of ducats. December 1st, let's boost the stability. We are going to start improving with Portugal. Let's see, we were allied to who? Saxony, the Palatinate, Cologne, Trier, we need to improve relations with you. And you, we need to start Currying favors. We will get every single one of these royal marriages. Alright, I also forgot to delete these forts. Perfect. Also lower a little bit of maintenance, and perfect. Mission fulfilled, secure electors. That means we can break alliances with Trier and Cologne. Actually, would Cologne come in on this? They would. I'll hold on to Cologne. And what was I going to do next? Get the alliance with you guys. Curry favors with Castile. Curry favors with Portugal. Alright. Now, I will make this my day one save file because everything is perfect. This is a perfect start. Burgundy, Cologne, and Saxony will all come in on this war. Perfect. Don't really care that the Palatinate won't. Restoration of Union is going to sit on their capital. Alright, Bohemia, you will become my union. I can't get a humiliation off on that. All the money. Not going to have you release nations. I kind of want that. And I would like to take the gold mine in Cheb. Except it's occupied by Saxony, so we're not going to do that. So we'll just do that. They are now under my personal union. We can rival somebody else like the Otto Bros. We only have 50%, which is fine because we will get... well, I forgot to do this earlier. And we will get the Crown of Bohemia. Alright, February. I want to declare this no CB war on Granada. Portugal won't join? Their truce is up in next year. Interesting. So that's fine. We'll call in Castile. And then next February we'll be able to call in Portugal, and this war will be super easy and done very quickly. Alright, so apparently I wasn't recording for the last 2 hours, so I don't know what I got and what I missed. So here in November 1496, I could probably just smash cut ahead to this point, but if we want to take a look at all of our subjects, we just got CB on Poland, Lithuania for the personal union, and what I can probably tell you is that after May 7th, 1445, which I think is the last date I left off at, playing for this 50 years, I got everything in the mission tree right. We got Bohemia, Hungary came to us naturally, and then we went to war with Poland, took a couple of these provinces. Actually, I could probably show you in the timeline. So after this point, you know, we had Bohemia already under us. Then, 1488, 1499, Granada became our vassal. After that, you can see Hungary went to war over here. We do go all the way up in this war against Poland here, because I need to take away as much dev from Poland and Lithuania as I possibly can. In a little bit, you're going to see BOP. Hungary is going to absorb Croatia in a little while longer. There it is. At this point, I have Hungary, Bohemia, this land, and Granada under my belt. I reined in all of the Italian states. And then from here, it's pretty standard. I just take my time. We're going to go to war with Poland again in a little bit. Once the truce is up, we're building up a relationship with Castile, England, and Portugal. Ottomans eat up a little bit over here, and you can see I ate up Danzig, and I'm going to give that back to the Teutonic Order. Ottomans ate up Serbia, and in a little while as well, I'm going to go to war with Venice. It looks like a little man over here wants to help out too. And I don't know why it's showing that I still hold on to these provinces when I gave them back to the Teutonic Order. Might be a little bit of a bug, but that is indeed what I do. I go to war with France during this time as well. And in that war with France, they get the event for the Franco-Ottoman alliance. So that now I'm at war with the Ottomans too. I broke that alliance and ended that war with France. After that, Castile went to war with Naples for the restoration of union on Naples. And whoops. And from there, that is when I did the event to get Castile, Aragon, and Naples all under me at once. Let's skip back ahead to where I was in the 1470s. After this, I have all of these guys, or rather at this point, I have Castile, Aragon, Naples, Hungary, Bohemia, and now I went to this war with Venice. I popped out Montenegro, Aquileia, and Padua, diplo-vassalized them. And when I diplo-vassalized them, you know, I gotta wait a couple of years in order to actually eat them up. But after this, I go back to war with France, and we force them to pop out a bunch of countries. We diplo-vassalize a couple of them. Berry, Nevers, we can't get Dauphine, and Champagne is too big. At the same time, we get the Burgundian inheritance. So now we have a couple of pieces of Venice, Hungary, Bohemia, a more from Poland and Lithuania. I did another quick small war up there to get more dev and eat up what I could from Poland. We have Burgundy, Castile, Aragon, Naples, and on top of that, we have a Habsburg on the English and Portuguese thrones. So after this, we hit 1490. I absorb all my one province minors. Then I wait a couple of years. We go back to war with Poland, and I mean, I'm glad I was able to, summarize that as well as I could. But I'm a little upset at myself that I wasn't recording for the past 2 hours, which, let's be real, I can probably do my best to recreate it. So if I have extra time, I'm going to go back and try to recreate what I did in order to get to this point. But I mean, it's very self-explanatory. We reclaimed Burgundy. I did a couple of wars against Poland. Then I suppress the Poles, so that way we can get the restoration of union on them. Now we get King of Poland, which we get army tradition, conquer Galicia, and now we become the Austrian Empire, which is pretty cool. And from here, again, Italian ambition. We got all of these guys up here. Ooh, Genoa got eaten by Savoy. That's interesting. And the plan is to continue as we are. The Teutons are in the HRE. Pope is in the HRE. And this has been the perfect opening to the run. Now, the only problem I foresee is Muscovy. So we're going to have to go to war with them ASAP. Especially now that we have Poland and Lithuania under our belts. Every single war in the world is going to be easy as pie. And although our reforms are a little slow, to have a realm... Hold on, I need to find the... Hold on. I know you're hungry. I'm gonna lay you down. To have a realm already that looks like this in 50 years? That's crazy. This is incredibly strong. We have also taken Albania for ourselves, and we're almost finished up with the Diplo and religious ideas. We're gonna go influence after this, definitely. So we can keep playing the, have them release nations and then Diplo vassalize them game. But eventually, too, the 42-year-old heir, 47-year-old king, 31-year-old heir, we're going to claim a few more thrones for ourselves, and through that, we are going to get that one achievement. I also did just get another achievement. It was Vasa or Wetten. Get your heir on the Polish throne when they have an elected monarchy. Except it's not an elected monarchy, it is my monarchy. So this run has been incredible so far, and I want to try to keep up with the Red Hawk guide and see where it takes us. Hopefully we can get the claim throne on Portugal and England, so they will just take care of colonizing the entirety of the New World. I'm pretty sure I'll still have to declare the wars for them, like Castile at the very least, so they can go to war with Mexico. But either way, this has been super easy so far. Well, not super easy. This was a number of restarts to try to maximize the potential, because a better start leads to an easier down the line. And it's been pretty good. I mean, every single opening run, no matter the speed bumps, has been easy. Like, oh, Burgundy didn't go to me, Alt F4. Oh, Castile didn't get the Iberian wedding, Alt F4, it comes later anyway. And even if you don't, you can still get Castile, you can still have Burgundy in the HRE release, the lowlands at least. Like, even these road bumps, like, Poland doesn't get Lithuania, so you can just, right off the rip, get Poland as a personal union through the mission, you know, things like that. There are a lot of training wheels in the mission tree that help you out, so you can go for it, basically. Go for the one faith, one tag, one world kind of thing. And honestly, just cleaning all of this up, cleaning up the non-HRE guys, we're about to pass another reform, by the way, like, it's not going to be that hard. It's just going to be, fly, my pretties, fly, and just go ham. So, it is 5:30 in the morning. I'm going to be done with the recording that I should have been showing you step by step. But honestly, I think just smash cutting from my opening steps to... Oh, hold on. Honestly, I think it'll be really funny to smash cut from my opening steps to... Alright, so this is my realm right now. It is 50 years into the game, and if you don't have all of this under your belt, then what the hell are you even doing? So, I mean, the con run, that has a lot of jump cuts in it too, but where this is going to get really tedious is near the end anyway, and I mean, honestly, it's a world conquest. The mission tree holds your hand. If you just watch the mission tree, it'll help you out with what you need to do, and yeah. I forgot to turn my avatar off, but some developments in this game. We just got another achievement, networking, and as you can see in the top right-hand corner, I have 100 spy network in the Ottomans, France, and Muscovy, who are my 3 rivals. And, well, it's 1515. I was about to go back to war with Muscovy, but Portugal has a Habsburg, no heir. I am 100% going to royal marry them. Claim their throne. Dissolve the alliance. And take the claim on them. We will be truce breaking them, but it's okay. It's totally worth it. 100% worth it to get the PU on Portugal like this. And they are also allied to England, who also has a Habsburg on their throne, although they have an average child, although this guy is 61 years old. I don't know why it took so damn long for them to finally get something done, but Yeah, we are lining things up right now. We just defeated Denmark in 2 successive wars because we went to war for Holstein and Schleswig. And then after that, we declared war on Sweden, who was losing their independence war. And as they were losing their independence war, Denmark got them back as a vassal, and then we were back to war with Denmark. So we vassalized Sweden. Right now, we also have Bulgaria and Byzantium as vassals. I just lost my king, and our guy right now is a 262, which is not bad. And then we have a 602. I'm going to throw that kid out the window. But yeah, we're going to declare this. We're going to truce break Portugal. We are going to declare this war to claim their throne. And we will then have our 10 personal unions for the achievements. Because you can see right now I have 3 vassals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 personal unions right now. We are over the Diplo relation slots, but we will start going down once we tech up. We will start going down the influence ideas, and then I'll start integrating a lot of my personal unions. Now, when your leader dies, you do have a chance to integrate one of your personal unions right away, so we might bank on that for things like Hungary and Bohemia. But this is a fantastic run right now. I'm definitely going to make an additional save state after this, and we'll continue to see where this takes us. I'm gonna keep on recording for now for this war. I want to be sure that we will declare it. There, claim throne. Black news indeed, yada yada blah blah blah. Let's lower the war exhaustion, boost our stability, and we'll just let all of our little guys do the work. Because the thing is, now that we will have Portugal and Castile and possibly England in the future as PUs, we're just gonna let them colonize the world for us. And that's how it goes. We white peace England because we want to stay their friend. Henry von Habsburg. Alright, and now we can get personal union over Portugal. Gives us the Crown of Spain, 10 permanent power projection, Crown of Iberia, which is 1 Diplo rep and minus 10 aggressive expansion. And then if we have Castile or Spain in a personal union, we get an incorporated personal union on Spain. And that means they don't cost a Diplo slot. And there it is, a Twix legacy. Have 10 personal unions at the same time. Perfect. 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 Alright, we are about to do the same thing. Because England now, they don't have an heir. They have King Henry VII von Habsburg on the throne. And I'm not going to wait for all this bullshit. I am just going to go straight for the claim throne. I am building up a navy. So hopefully I'll be able to actually get onto their island. But I need to get this PU on England. I don't really care about my stability right now. Or my war exhaustion. Let's take it. Scotland is allied to France. Alright, I'm just going to use this as the 100-year point that I am going to be using. We've already made some good strides everywhere, basically. integrating Aragon. I have already integrated Naples and Bohemia. I'm not going to integrate Hungary or Castile or Portugal or England for a while because they're colonizing, and Castile and Hungary are incorporated personal unions, which means that they do not take up a diplo slot. So all of these other guys, Bulgaria, Byzantium, we're going to go to war with the Ottomans one more time. I'm going to feed Byzantium pretty much all the islands and the rest of the stuff here in Europe. The only problem is the Ottomans are allied to Tunis, and Tunis is not weak. But I mean, let's be real. We outnumber them. How many is that? Well, like 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 plus change. So 450,000 to barely 100,000. So we outnumber them 5-1 in general anyway. And I mean, for the 100-year point, the only issue I have right now is that I am over gov cap. But even then, I can just burger land rights. And do I want to state Italy? Can I can't trade company it, so I may as well state it later. But as far as the mission tree goes, it's going pretty well. We still have to do balance the estates and Austrian silver, which this is stuff that we can kind of wait on. Balance the estates. Just have to wait for them to get a little bit more loyalty. Multicultural empire, that'll happen when we start integrating a bunch of other people, that kind of thing. So, I mean, we're doing well. We haven't gone to war with France more than once, which might have been a mistake, but I think now that, you know, England has reconquest cores on France, that'll make things a little bit easier to take them, because I am a little afraid of a coalition forming, but at the same time, I'm kind of not. Right now, I'm just taking care of heretic princes in the empire. There are 10 left. Like 3 of them are free cities, so I can't directly declare war on them, which is really annoying. But other than that, I mean, everything is going really well in this world conquest so far. Everything is lined up perfectly. We got the 10, 11 personal unions that I wanted to get, and from here, it's just going to be a matter of, you know, go to war with Muscovy, tell my pretties to fly. Go to war with Ottomans, tell my pretties to fly. Go to war with Tunis. Start going down into Songhai. Ooh, France is starting to colonize around the world too. It's just going to be a matter of, like, I need to start snaking towards Nogai, down into Persia, down towards the Timurids, down towards India. I need to start, you know, snaking towards Ming. But let's be real. If I've learned anything from the Mongol Empire run, it is that we have a long time ahead of us. It is going to be very tedious. I think I've put like maybe 10 or 15 hours into this run specifically. Half of that was optimizing the first 50 years or so to be as good as it could be. And from here, I mean, we're making great progress. Even with the heretic princes, we're still passing the reforms. I'm already one step towards revoking the privilege, which that's just going to make things so much easier in the future, because I'm going to go to war with France. I'm going to finish up Denmark, finish off Muscovy. And once we have all of Europe under our thumb, that's when we're going to be able to start snowballing, because England, Castile, and Portugal, they're colonizing for us. I don't know how the mechanics work in that, you know, because they are my personal unions, they can't declare wars themselves, but their dudes, like New Castile, would be able to declare a war if they wanted to, but I don't know if they will be able to. Like, I mean, once we, oh wow, Cusco hasn't moved. I thought they improved the Inca tree, but I mean, once we get there, we'll get there. Like, I could probably declare on Muisca. I mean, I don't have the CB, and I can't reach into my subject thing here, because technically they're not my subjects. They're a subject of a subject. They're a colony of Castile, so I can't do the interaction where I declare war on someone using their CB. So, I mean, it's not going to be that complicated to clean up the new world, so I can kind of leave it as it is for a while. And then eventually all of my colonies are going to be so strong anyway, I'll just declare a war, declare a war, declare a war, declare a war. That kind of thing. only thing I'm not looking forward to is over here, because having to clean up these islands is always a bitch and a half. So I do have Diplo and influence ideas, so maybe I'll be able to like Diplo vassalize some smaller guys over here. I mean, you get rid of the distance between borders and all of a sudden, boom, we can vassalize anybody we want. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on moving from here, and we'll see how it goes. We've almost conquered all of Europe for ourselves once we clean up France, and once we clean up Muscovy and the Ottomans. That's where it's gonna be. And from here, it's, I guess it's gonna be smooth sailing. It's just gonna be super ultra tedious, and we'll see what kind of achievements we get along the way. Alright, back. This is 4 or 5 hours later. I wanted to wait 10 more years before I did, you know, a 150-year update. But we just did the Religious League War. Of course I won. And we just got the achievement, the Holiest Roman Empire, which you have to wait until after the Religious War. Oh, it looks like someone got eaten up. But the Papal State is an elector, and that is what makes it, makes you get the achievement. So you can either do that as the Emperor, give them the, you know, give the Papal State elector status later, or you can do it some other time. But, or as the Papal State themselves, you can probably take a lectorship for yourself. But basically you have to wait until after the Religious War. I don't know why. It doesn't really explain it on the achievement page. It just says, note that passing proclaim Erbkaisertum before the Catholicism is the official faith of the HRE will enact the Peace of Westphalia, preventing the achievement. And I guess that's when you activate the Peace of Westphalia, that means you can't have an official Catholic or Protestant stance in the HRE. And so, because we had to wait to, you know, pass these 2 extra reforms over here, which they're not bad reforms, then we will do the Proclaim Erbkaisertum and then revoke the Privilegia soon. Very soon. Probably not within 10 years, but as you can see, we have been expanding. I have made Mogulistan and Hadramut vassals that I'm going to feed, you know, Arabia and, you know, over here, Mongolia to. Just finished a war against Uzbek. We almost integrated Lithuania. We integrated Poland. I want to keep Portugal, Castile, and England out there as well. I don't want to integrate Sweden until we eat up basically all of Denmark and Norway too, which might take a few more wars. And then the one annoying thing is that we do have to go to war with some Danish Greenland people over here. But it looks like, well, whatever happened over here to Rio de Plata gave Pacajes a little bit more land. But it is a little slower over here because we aren't, you know, over here declaring war after war after war after war. We'll do this later. We'll clean up the New World later because it's going to be super, super easy to do so. But they're doing a little bit of it on their own. We have most of Europe under our control. I just have to keep integrating a bunch of my personal unions, which I probably should wait until, like, I'm over GovCap and I think I'm rushing it too much right now. Because I keep going to war and I keep taking stuff for myself. You can see I'm still coring a lot of stuff up right now. But I probably should have waited to get the policy, you know, the Diplo annexation cost. But I'm not really getting the ideas because I'm too busy conquering other places. So what I should be doing is continuously feeding my vassals, feeding my personal unions, and probably wait until the age of absolutism before continuing a lot of these wars. Because, I mean, we're going to have basically all of Europe minus France, and I do have to annex a couple of these, or I guess just one of these vassals over here. I don't have this other person vassalized, but yeah, I mean, it's going. We are Not even 150 years into the game, and we are flying through it. We are smooth sailing. We did have one little hiccup where a coalition in the HRE formed, but got really lucky in an ease the tension event, so we were able to ease the tension. The coalition disbanded, and it included like the Mamluks, Persia, Songhai, which was really annoying. But right now I want to try to steal maps from Shun. I want to steal maps of Mongolia, and I can't because even though I have land next to that, I need to have a unit there, so whatever. Probably going to be going to war with Persia to feed back Mogulistan cores, and to just feed Mogulistan as much of Persia as I can give them. Because I'm doing mostly the, you know, as you can see by this very large Sweden, feed them and then eat them up later with my Diplo power. Feed them, eat them up later with my Diplo power. So that's the plan right now. Once we really get the ball rolling in the Age of Absolutism, which should be happening in about 20 years, that should turn on easy mode, and then it's just a matter of juggling a bunch of truces and going to war with everybody back to back to back. Yeah. Alright, it is 1599. I just passed the reform to revoke the privilegia, and we are almost done with the mission tree. I just have to do the Duchy of Milan now, because there were two people that did not want to become a vassal of the Austrian Empire, and Milan was one of them. So fly, my pretties, fly. Then after this, we didn't get any achievements, but we will soon. Duchy of Milan, one true king of Italy. We will be starting the holdings in India and riches of China. We do still have to get Crete, I guess, from the Ottomans, so let's declare war on them too. And we're gonna have to go to war with Kilwa as well, which is a little annoying. But then after that, to finish up the mission tree, we just need to settle Australia, riches of China, Austria prospers. I have to develop Austrian provinces, which it's not hard, it's just I have to use up some of my points here. Then last, Knights of Europe. Have army tradition of 40, ruler a mill skill of 5, completed Aristo ideas. Is not the age of discovery, have 45,000 cavalry. Alright, well this one shouldn't be too hard to finish off. And then we will be completing AEIOU soon. Very, very soon. We just have to do Austria prospers. 3 provinces over here with development of at least 20 and 3 buildings. Should not be too difficult to do. Just have to choose which buildings to put in here. But, yeah. We are getting close. I am big. We still have well over 200 years to do everything else. We're still not even in the age of absolutism yet. Yeah, we are not even making as much money as we could because it's not letting me put some of these provinces into trade companies, but it's letting me put other provinces into trade companies. I don't know. I think there's a weird bug where it overlaps if you're allowed to trade companies some provinces compared to others. I don't really know what's going on there, but either way, this should be a clean finish. 150 years in, we control all of Europe except for a little bit of France and the Duchy of Milan and Champagne over here too, but I don't really care about that. And then of course Scandinavia, we have Iberia, the Maghreb, England as our PUs, and they are also doing some work over here. It's slow work over here, but they're working. They're doing their best, and we'll probably clean up these new places last, or maybe sooner rather than later. I don't know. I'm not sure. I do want to wait for Australia. Ah, that's English Australia. Cool. I'll wait for most of the major islands to be, you know, eaten up. It's like they're really getting around, and once everything is colonized, I'll start absorbing these guys and push for the win. Alright, back here again. It is the 200-year mark. I wanted to do this earlier, but I got myself caught in a bunch of wars. You can see we took a bite out of Korea, a bite out of Ming. We're at war with Shun right now. I'm doing some wars over here as well because I integrated Portugal. Took a while because they had rebels on the Galapagos Islands and I couldn't friggin' find them for the life of me. Cuba keeps breaking free because I can't be asked. But yeah, I mean, saving all of these guys for last is just going to be a little annoying. Once I integrate Castile, I could probably just send all these guys over, you know, like it's going to be free. It's just like this is going to be free. This is going to end in my favor. I still have 200 years. My absolutism is at 68 with a max of 88. I am at 200% overextension because this game sucks, and the overextension, I hate dealing with the rebels from the overextension. It's so annoying, but like, it is what it is. It's part of the game, you know. You keep getting those events. Oh, the troubling times. Oh. I have to integrate Chagatai. I have to integrate Sweden. I have to integrate Castile and England. But a little while ago, I accidentally, because there was a button for England that said, change this personal union to an incorporated personal union. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do that. And that reset the timer, so I can't integrate it for 50 years. So like, okay, whatever. I'm very close to finishing off the mission tree here, and then I can finally do the final revoke and form the Holy Roman Empire. But I just need to do holdings in India. I need, oh, that's a lot of rebels. I just went to war with Gujarat. I can go to war with Deccan again in a little bit. Bengal is going to be kind of scary to try to eat up. Deccan is also going to be scary to try to eat up, but I mean, we're gonna get through this, you know, like we're gonna finish this off. We have, I have lots of shitty rebels down here too. What the fuck, man? We've got rebels everywhere. Then, I mean, settle Australia. We already have that. I just need to get the holdings in India, which I could just buy the provinces. It'll be easier to go to war with Deccan, let's be real. So yeah, we've almost finished up AEIOU. We are well on our way to this world conquest. It's just a matter of actually finishing it off, and I gotta say, it is really tedious, really annoying, and I do not look forward to having to do this again in my lifetime. Who even is going to be the next war? Mamluks? No. I don't even know who I'm going to be going to war with next. I think Deccan, actually. Or maybe Bengal. Bengal is allied to a bunch of nobodies, so maybe them. But yeah, we're getting there. I'm not going to say we're almost done, but I think at this point, the difficulties are behind us, and it's just tedium. Horrible, horrible tedium. And it's so annoying to have to deal with the admin. It's so annoying to have to deal with the admin power and having to core everything up. That's why I've been giving so much land to Chagatai. I gave all of Denmark to Sweden. I've been giving, you know, everything over here to my colonial nations, that kind of thing. But it's just so tedious to eat everything up and to core everything. And I know I don't have all of the bonuses that I need for the best CCR. But, like, where are my bonuses? Core creation cost. It's at minus 35%. Like, I know that can be much better. Probably if I reform to someone like Germany, like the Holy Roman Empire, which, I just need a few more provinces from India, then it'll be fine. So, yeah, it is what it is. Just waiting a couple more days to, by a couple more days, I mean a couple more months to get all of these things cored up. Then when our overextension drops, 21% from one province in Korea, dude. It only drops us to 93%. Like I don't want to deal with this, bro. Trying to siege down Taiwan. I don't want to deal with this. It's so annoying. Alright, this isn't the 250-year update, but this is finally finishing the mission tree with AEIOU. Everything in the Austrian mission tree has been completed. There it is. AEIOU. And with that, let's claim the crown. The reason why we're doing this is because in the well, we also get additional policies and stuff, but we also get more CCR, 20%. Look at that. We've inherited all the thrones, and now the issue is we have millions of little shits running around, and this is just the worst. This is the worst. Now I have to micro all this. I have to micro all of that. I mean, I can just go one by one and delete every single one. But like, oh my goodness, brother. I have to go and delete all these boats. I have to go and put all these armies together. This is the least amount of fun I've ever had playing this game. Now, of course, it's not gonna be hard to clean it up. I have pretty much all of the New World. I just have a few more provinces to go over here. A little bit of Aztec. And there's a federation over here that still has a few provinces. And this big-ass federation where the 13 colonies are supposed to be. Japan, Bengal, the islands over here, these tiny little islands. We're probably going to finish it off with Hawaii when we get the Imperialism CB. Persia, Deccan, Hormuz. Well, Hormuz we can just absorb because they are our vassal. And there's really nothing else I can give them except for maybe more Mamlukian land, but like, actually we totally could, because we're just eating up so much land. And I mean, this is just the most boring and the most tedious bullshit in the universe, man. This stopped being fun like 200 years ago. Trying to optimize the first 50 years was probably the most fun part of this run, And then after that, it was just... It's mindless hours and hours and hours of micro. I have to take a break every like 4 or 5 hours just to stop my brain from melting looking at this screen. Like, I don't know how people can do multiple world conquests with multiple different like religions in different countries, and like I don't want to do another world conquest. I do not want to do another world conquest. And I know Ryukyu is an achievement that we have to do, the 3 mountains or whatever it is. But I don't want to. This is the worst. This is the most boring. This is just awful, dude. This is just awful. Well, as I continue to build all of these buildings to fix my gov cap, let's take a look at the religious map mode 2. It's looking pretty good with 150-ish years, 140 years left. I think we're gonna be in the clear as far as this, you know, one faith. Who the fuck is still Anglican over here? Excuse me? Quebec? Hold on. Hold on. Austrian Quebec? Forced religion. Who do you think you are being Anglican? But yeah, this is just fucking miserable. And I didn't touch Africa because I figured it would probably be the easiest out of everything to clean up, because Bengal and Deccan are huge. The Mamluks and Kilwa are really annoying to deal with, but then Songhai, we're just gonna run right through them. Ethiopia, we're gonna run right through them. Congo, we're gonna run right through them. The only issue is the fact that now I have to micro all of my own armies for every single one of these wars, and it's gonna take even that much longer because this is just terrible, man. This is so boring. This is more of a test of patience than it is a test of skill, really. Like, I don't want to finish this. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm done here. I'm good. I don't even know what any of this does. Okay, cool. We get claims on the Low Countries. Whoa. Manpower recovery speed for 30 years. I'm just gonna click all of these buttons. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Permanent power projection, as if I didn't already have. Oh, it's a CCR. Let's do a promoted culture. Oh, culture conversion. Or gain Polish as an accepted culture. Wow. Upgrade every trade center. Wow. Oh my. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, ooh, ah. I'm losing my fucking mind, bro. Oh. But now that I have it, once we core this up, I can get another missionary by leveling up the holy city of Jerusalem, and then we will be good to go. Oh yeah, I could do this. I can just core more stuff, yeah. And wait for all of my buildings to be built, and then just core more stuff, yeah. I'm so bored, dude. Alright. We have gotten the Imperialism CB, and that really makes the game easy mode. We are 250 years into the campaign now. We cleaned up all of Central Africa and Eastern Africa in like one big war, but then I have to spend an entire like 2-3 years just cleaning up all the rebels. So definitely don't go over 100 overextension if you can help it. And that's really the annoying thing. I still have to clean up Central Africa down here. I took a bite out of Kilwa, but we're about to go to war with the Mamluks. who are allied to Kiowa, and really the frustrating thing is dealing with all of these rebels when you go over 100% overextension. What I have learned, though, is that, you know, the later we get into the game, the easier it kind of gets, because, you know, you could piece someone out, core them up. It takes a little less than 2 years for them to core. It's just a matter of, you know, not actually coring them or absorbing them all back to 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 back. Because what I did was, you know, absorb the country here, then here, then here. And then the smaller countries here, so I had like 200 overextension, and then the white flag went up from Songhai, so I was getting war exhaustion. Not that that's too much of an issue, let's be real. But I have definitely learned a couple things about optimizing. I've definitely learned a couple things about, you know, how to play this kind of thing a little bit better. We are about to go to war with Japan. And we could probably full annex UA without actually co-belligerating them. I think I'm gonna clean up India and China and these islands down here last. Oh, particularists, who gives a shit? Because, I mean, these little shit islands, it's not that complicated. It's just getting the boats for it is super annoying, so I'm probably just gonna do those last. But, I mean, I feel like we could probably maybe 2 or 3 wars full annex Bengal. Yeah, 3 wars, 213%. Everyone else that's smaller than Bengal will take 1 war. Kiowa, we can definitely full annex in 1 war. It's just a matter of actually, you know, winning those wars quick enough. And I mean, I'm playing on speed 5. I am not as optimized as I could be. I'm still waiting to clean up this last federation over here, 1702. But, yeah, I mean, just have to clean up the Mamluks and Kiowa, and then after that, I already have a spy network on Congo, so we're gonna steal the maps of Central Africa, and everyone in here is allied to each other, so we'll be able to just full annex everybody in one go, and all of Africa will be ours, basically. From there, yeah, I'm just gonna do India and these islands over here last because they're so annoying. I kind of wish my colonial powers did a little bit more work over here, but they usually don't. Like, you usually see, well, actually they couldn't because they couldn't declare war because I was their overlord. But I was gonna say, anyway, like, Portugal will go to war with Brunei and then lose the war because they just have no fucking clue what they're doing, you know? So it's just going to be super annoying to try to pull all the boats over here. Gonna have to, like, only go to war with Malacca and then eat up all their allies, and then only go to war with Brunei and eat up all their allies, just so their ships don't kick the ever-loving crap out of us. I feel like I'm missing a navy somewhere. Oh no, you're just down here. But yeah, it's slow going. It's not hard. It is just super boring and tedious. Like, I have my son who breaks the tedium every once in a while because he needs to get up. I've been watching old football games on the TV side monitor because, like, it's how many hours has this been? It's been more than a week since I finally got this off the ground, and I'm not streaming right now because, you know, I'm getting up and taking care of the baby too. So I get maybe like 6, 7, 8 hours of gameplay in per day. You know, I wake up, I help with the baby, I just sit at my computer and do nothing all day, basically, just trying to get this done. And this has been ugly. This has been tedious. I hate this. And I mean, it's gonna have to be a long time before I try the 3 mountains, because that's gonna be even worse, let's be real. Yeah, I'll come back in 50 years at the 300-year mark. By then, we should have all of Africa and probably Japan all eaten up. These guys all the way up here are probably going to be last. The last ones to be eaten. But yeah, that's how things are going. I would say that this is the 300-year update, but actually, it is the we are about to finish this world conquest update. Bengal migrated to South China, and we're going to break the truce on them because I can't be asked to wait 10 years of pop-ups that are completely meaningless. But even after we're done with this final war, we still do have a couple of other achievements that will be coming a little bit later in the game. There's the achievement for owning every single province. Yeah, there's the achievement for owning every single province of a that spawns the institutions. So we're a couple years away from that. I still have to get 1 faith. You can see we still have a lots of little small holdouts to go. We don't actually have to convert all of the Tengri and the fetishists that are not colonized. You do not have to colonize. But this guy needs to finish up this animist guy over here. I don't know why they're not trying to convert that right now. But yeah, we are almost done with this run. It's just a matter of getting it done, you know? Like, oh, son of a bitch. It's the second time Rebels rose up there. But yeah, it's... I had to turn off, like, most of the pop-ups because I just kept on getting pop-ups for, oh, you converted a province, you converted a province, you did this, you did this, you did this. And I'm just like, leave me alone, please. I'm tired of this. Tired of all these pop-ups, bro. And there it is. We have conquered every single province on the planet. Let me just set up my rebel killer guys over here. There it is. World Conqueror. Own or have a subject own the entire world. We did it. I never want to do this again. And we're not even done yet. Granted, we are basically done. Like, my armies have nobody left to fight. So I'm just gonna park their asses in random provinces and be like, alright, have fun. Or maybe I can delete all my armies or waste all my money leveling every single great project in the world. But I already have the great project achievement. And even before this clip, there are a lot of other achievements that I got, starting with a traditional player. Have more than 90% naval and army tradition. Trade hegemon. As a European nation, have cores on Aden, Hormuz, and Malacca. So that was after I conquered the peninsula down here. Malacca, Hormuz we already had, and Aden we already had. Then the Rising Sun. As a European nation, own and have cores on all of Japan, which took a while because I forgot the island of Tsushima. Speaking of which, I really need to play Ghosts of Tsushima. And then that's a Silk Road. Own all Silk provinces. Now we just got World Conqueror, own the entire world, and we are still waiting on 1 faith, and I still have to do something called Ostenders. Hold on. That is, as Austria, own a province in West Bengal with trade district company investment and military administration trade company investment. So regions, Bengal, maybe areas, West Bengal, and it needs to be, oh, I see, I need to buy like the specific trade company. Yeah, there it is, trade company investments. So let's see, for this, District Trade Company investment. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna assume this is the military one. What's the district one? Foreign Influence and Governance Trade Company. Foreign Influence and Governance. There it is, the Ostenders. Yay, I just got it. It's such a strange achievement, but yeah, we just have to wait for the One Faith to finish off all of these Sunni and all these other little... Yeah, we just have to wait for everything to be finished off, so... Yeah, I'll come back in a little bit. Oh. Religious zeal. Here it comes. We're almost done. We just have to wait for a couple more. The last one is going to be converting Mecca. How appropriate. We had to wait for this province, the Mayan one, because they were building Chichen Itza for like 10 years. Like, brother. Come on. But here we go. There it goes. Just a few more ticks. Just a few more months. Look, this is speed 5. Look at how slowly it's going. Wow, Austria and Quebec sent us a gift. Thanks. Sure. Here it is. Hold on. Here it comes. Mecca. There it is. One faith. Ignore the Tengri and the fetishist and the Sunni. One faith. One world conquest that I never, ever want to do again. Never again. I mean, I'm gonna have to as Ryuku, but I'm gonna go humanist, not religious. And I mean, I know I said this earlier, but this was more a test of patience than it was anything else. And hey, we got a lot of achievements done during this run, which is good. We knocked off a lot of them. A lot that I didn't even know we were gonna get, which is nice. But overall, I have learned a lot about this game. I've learned a lot about myself. And honestly, I like this game, but I don't like some of these challenges. I don't like doing this because this was like a full-time job for about a week. This was miserable. This was boring. It was so tedious. My least favorite part was just the cleanup, because it's like, you know, once we controlled all of Europe, it's just like, all right, time to start going to war over and over again until we finally finish it off. And, you know, at the point where the most exciting thing was the point where, you know, our admin efficiency is so dang high that we were able to like full annex Deccan, who was the like entire southern half of India, being able to full annex them in one war was kind of funny. Being able to full annex like Kilwa in one war, being able to full annex the Songhai, all of Central Africa in one war was pretty funny. But overall, this just kind of sucked, you know? I don't recommend trying a world conquest unless it's for the achievements, and now, at the very least, I'd never have to do it again. I'll have the saves available for members, so become a channel member today, and hell, if you haven't yet too, be sure to become a subscriber today, because I've gotten the most tedious and difficult achievements out of the way. And I mean, this isn't one tag, sure, I do have the colonies and everything like that, but I mean, this was, I think I'm good at this game, you know. Am I the best at this game? Obviously not, because you could probably do a world conquest one faith much faster than this, and Austria being the easiest country to do it with, because you get so many PUs to just fully control all of, you know, the most difficult to control land, the most highly developed land in the world. You just get a lot of that for free. So going from going from there, you know, it was pretty easy. So thank you very much for watching. Next week, we're going to do a couple of easy achievements. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something a lot easier than this. We will see you in the next one. Alright, addendum. Now we are done, because the final thing just spawned and we got, where is it? Fanatic Collectivist. Own all of the institution provinces. Where it spawned? Industrialization over here. Yay, we did it. This run is finally over. It's funny too, because I woke up this morning thinking, oh, whoops, I forgot to do one stupid little thing. And it's get this achievement. And I don't know when the next time I would get this achievement is. So, yeah, this was, as you can see, I have almost all of Europe completely stated. A couple of random states out here because I guess I was just clicking buttons or something, I don't remember. Down here is still a territory, I guess. I own the Galapagos Islands, because yes, I do. Yeah, I don't know. But let's just go through. I never had a bad ruler, because I was able to keep throwing babies out windows so often, because I was just getting so much prestige. Like, especially during the Age of Reformation, doing all of these missionaries, you just get prestige out the ass. You keep throwing out babies until it's at least like a 434. Then that one is keepable, you know? We're at 126 absolutism. It took a little while to actually get to that much absolutism. But once we maxed out our absolutism, that's when the ball really started rolling. Diplomacy, there's nothing to look at here. Economy, I mean, we own the entire world. There's not much to look at here. We make 8,000 ducats a month. We obviously could be making more if I spent all my 1 billion gold. But that is one thing I learned, is that you do max out on gold. You do max out on gold. I thought that was really interesting. I'm sure you could be making more from the money, but the mercantilism was funny because my papal points were going up so rapidly that, like, I would get like 4 or 5 mercantilism before any of these cooldowns came off for any of these other buttons, and that's how I got all of my mercantilism, was hitting the papal power button. Tech, we just spawned industrialization. We just have to embrace it, which is going to take a little while. Our idea groups, we started with Diplo-Religious, and we really did need the religious for, you know, the missionaries. The manpower was alright. The missionary strength, though, and the tolerance, I felt it, but, you know, when I would go over whatchamacallit, overextended, you know, things would obviously hit the fan, and I would be getting rebels in like Iberia and France, places that I've had for hundreds of years. So like, it was annoying that they would still rise up. Maybe humanist would have been better. I don't know. But I do remember the one time I got the Mongol Empire run off the ground and I went Diplo-Humanist. I really did feel the humanist. Like, I felt how much unrest we were getting, you know? I felt, or rather, how much unrest we weren't getting is, you know, what I was feeling. Like, the religious ideas, I don't think we felt it as much because I kept on getting like 200-300% overextended. So at that point, it doesn't matter how much tolerance you have, you're gonna have rebels. So it's whatever. After that, we went influence, so I can wrangle in all of my PUs on England, Portugal, Castile, Aragon, whoever else. And I gotta say, between the influence ideas and I think we had some other bonuses and modifiers from our mission tree from being Austria. I don't remember, but we were like, we integrated Naples super fast. We integrated Aragon super fast. And even in the late game, we integrated Portugal in like 3 years. Portugal, I guess because you don't directly integrate the colonial powers, you just integrate Portugal itself. You integrate England itself, so that was really nice. I think the longest may have been the longest was Portugal, because they had like one random ass rebel in an island somewhere in the Pacific and I had to go kill it so I could start integrating them. And then obviously afterwards, admin for the CCR, which we were operating with only the minus 25% CCR for a while. Because we didn't, I wanted to complete the mission tree, AEIOU, before becoming the Holy Roman Empire for the additional CCR. So this minus 25% CCR, I mean, we still did this within, we still conquered the world within 300 years. Might have been slightly faster if I didn't have to pay so many admin points early, but I mean, we were on a really good pace, obviously. After that, we went quality ideas, just so my army could actually do damage, because like when I was fighting the Mamluks and Persia over and over again, I would outnumber them with my stacks, but because I had no mill ideas, I would still lose fights. Like, sure, we had 15% morale and 5% discipline, but like that was it. So I went quality ideas because we did also need a navy for later. I also went aristocratic ideas, more for the policy that it gives, and the leader siege is nice too. But I wanted more because I wasn't too sure on how fast we would get through all of the conversions. So after that, I went aristo for the policy that increases, where is it? Let's see. Not reform progress. I think it was this one, the national unrest and missionary strength, which, yeah, religious and aristo. So I went with aristo basically purely for this policy, and I think it worked well. The national unrest and missionary strength was definitely necessary. And then after that, we were just fucking around, so I went court ideas because it was at that point that I only had like Bengal and the islands to take care of, so it was like, what idea am I even gonna get? Like, sure, I could get exploration or expansion and, you know, actually fill out the rest of the map, but that would just be, you know, slightly more work that we technically don't have to do. So I just went court ideas for the hell of it. So mission tree, well, after we finish the Austria mission tree, you get this mission tree. And I mean, it doesn't really matter. We almost finished this mission tree too, like as soon as we formed the Holy Roman Empire, because at that point we already had half of the world under our thumb. Our policies, let's see, we went with, you know, more missionary strength and religious unity. Didn't really need the religious unity, but needed the missionary strength. Diplo annexation cost, I think we can get rid of that one now. National unrest, missionary strength, yearly legitimacy, and reform progress growth. I noticed that my reforms, I'll go through the reforms later, but my reforms, I didn't even get to tier 11 in this run. And there are some runs where I reach tier 11 in like the early 1600s because I just stack gov reform progress. So if I had more gov reform progress and was able to max out earlier, then I would have been able to expand administration more, and we would have had less problems with my gov cap early on. So that's one small optimization that I would make in the future. But let's see, continuing on, an additional diplomat and autonomy change, we really don't need that, doesn't matter. Income from vassals, diplo annexation cost, we did need that at the time, but obviously not now. Monthly war exhaustion and diplo rep, the diplo rep does help with the annexation. Culture conversion cost, like nothing in this middle column really mattered, let's be real, but that's all we have. And then in the last column, the military column, siege ability, morale damage, reinforce speed, recover army morale speed, national manpower modifier. No, these last two didn't matter. It's really the siege ability and morale damage that mattered a little bit more. If I had taken something else, like maybe offensive on top of the quality, then we would have been able to finish some of these wars faster. Because even with, and I was, you know, using unoptimized stacks, let's be real, my stacks were 40-40, because I've watched the Playmaker a lot, and I know for big late game wars, he just does 50-50, and you know, you don't need to optimize, like trickle in 1k people at a time on speed 2, you know, it's just send in the big stacks. This is my big stack, 40-40, and I don't actually know if combat width gets bigger than that. It's at 40 right now, so it's full. So that's what our military looks like. Bunch of stacks of 40-40s. Some are a little bit smaller, some are a tiny bit bigger. That's because some of these armies were when I like this guy's 65-18-8. That's when I pulled together all of the little armies from the HRE after we formed the HRE. So yeah, our boat stacks are just whatever the hell I could pull together. When I started building boat stacks, it was 40 heavies, 100 cogs, because like I just needed to make sure my transported troops were fine, you know. Religion, we just let it ride, you know. We have where is it? 23.5% missionary strength, and that would fluctuate a little bit too, but some of it does come from the policies, some of it does come from the missions, some of it does come from not too many from the wonders, from the what the hell are they called again? Not the great powers. I am the only great power. A lot of them come from the, you know what I'm talking about, the wonders, like, I can't find the name of it right now. I don't know why I can't find the map mode that shows them you either, but like, these things are great projects, that's it, great projects. You needed the extra missionary and missionary strength, well, local missionary strength, we didn't really need that one that much, we just needed the actual missionary. But, I mean, there's a lot of generic missionary strength for every religion. I looked it up. There's some for you know, Muslim. There's some for Zoroastrian. There's Stonehenge if you're going some sort of pagan religion. That all helps you out. Then our military. Not really too much to talk about here. My military, my army and navy tradition. I don't know how we suddenly had over 90 naval tradition for that one achievement, because I never really used my navies. I only really used them to push people around, but I'm glad that we got that mission out of the way, because I don't really do naval battles. But you can see 116% discipline, 8 morale of armies. I don't know how good that is, because there's no one left to compete with. Our only subjects are... It's kind of funny because there are like Austrian Empire or New Austrian Empire, Florida, Austrian Quebec, Austrian Canada. I'm pretty sure there is a 13 colonies over here too. Let's see, that's Florida. I guess it's New Austrian Empire. Then you have Austrian Louisiana scattered about here, Austrian California, Austrian Canada, Cascadia, obviously. But it's kind of funny how this worked out, because, you know, I had Spain and Portugal colonizing over here in their own lands, And then I also had England also kind of colonizing up here too. So like instead of clean borders with all of my New World guys, it's all ugly ass. Like why do we have 50 million people in the same spots, you know? Even down here, Australia, and then there's Tierra Australis. Like, what was going on down here? Why are there two different, and they all have the same flag, too. It's so annoying. They all have the same flag. So that was funny. But, finally, the estates... I wasn't even seizing my own land by the end of the game because, like, you can see I still have a rebel-controlled province here in the middle of friggin' nowhere. But we were just at war over and over and over again, constantly going to war. So I don't even know how my crown land got up so high, but thank goodness it did. The only estates I gave out were religious culture and the, where is it? Oh my goodness. Oh, it doesn't show up because we can't take it, but it's the one that gives you missionary strength, like 1% missionary strength, and then it goes away whenever you get a new ruler, or it goes away whenever you run out of provinces to convert. But that's everything. I mean, we can take a look at our merchants, but it doesn't really matter because we own the entire world, and I really stopped caring about the merchants early on into the game. I really stopped caring about the money in general once we inherited, like, you know, some expensive provinces, and once we controlled, like, a lot of Italy. Because then I just parked someone here in Venice and Genoa, and it's like, okay, cool, we're making money. But, yeah, overall, this was an experience. This was something. Like I said a few times, I think, earlier in earlier clips that I took throughout the week, this was more of a test of patience than it was a test of skill. I could have done this slightly faster if I was more optimized in my movement. I could have done this slightly faster, but I mean, the speed doesn't really matter. It's we did it. That is what matters. But I do not want to try this again. I am not looking forward to doing Ryukyu 3 mountains. Because if we do, I might just like no CB Jianzhou or something and then form the Mongol Empire from there. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I'm not going to do the 3 mountains for a long, long time. And next week we are going to come back with some more achievements. We have 2 more achievements that we have to clean up in India. The I think it's Manipur. It's one of these provinces over here. Yeah, Manipur. Turn Bengal animist. We also have cotton candy, where we have to control the most cotton as candy. I think. Yeah, as candy. So those are 2 more achievements that I do want to finish up. And then after that, I mean, the world is ours. We can do whatever achievements we want, and we will be finishing it up. So thank you very much for watching this. Please like and subscribe. I worked very hard on this. My brain literally melted while I was making this multiple times. So please subscribe. And that'll be it from us for today.